Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I am here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have epic troll slayers who have kept us safe for years. And we have got a fantastic community because you have been so nice to each other and so nice to me. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello. You can go down in the description box always. If it's as long as it's a regular live stream, it's not a pop-up thing. All of the questions are in the description box. Everything's time-stamped as best I can. And so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on a higher speed, whatever works best for you. So, I'm wearing red today, not just because it's Saturday, which is pink and red day. And yes, I color code the days. It helps when you're doing something every single day, year after year. So you don't end up wearing the same thing back to back and people can't tell that there's new content. It's another reason I'm wearing red, to match the flames coming out of the sides of my head. So, okay. You ready? Picture this. Can you hear that? I couldn't get it onto the computer. Okay. It's election day, 2016. That happened on a Tuesday. On the following Monday, Jeffrey Epstein was picked up by his Parisian butler from the airport. Back in Paris. Yeah, I don't have a needle scratch. So election day in 2016 happened on a Tuesday. On the following Monday, Jeffrey Epstein was picked up by his Parisian butler from the airport. They had trouble finding this butler. He has, for some reason, basically tried to disappear. Don't talk to me, don't find me, nothing. Link of in the description. This is being. This was originally from the Telegraph. Some reporters at the Telegraph searched and finally found this guy and had a nice long talk. Raw Story has an article about that. The link's in the description box. I may be reading on tarot and astrology, which some people don't believe in, but unless explicitly stated, everything I'm talking about is based on legitimate news sources. We do news with friends here. Okay. So they found him. They talked to the butler. And the butler said, the man he's in France, or he's somewhere else. He's not here. He's not American, right? There's no political whatever on him. He said that when he picked up Epstein from the airport, the Monday following Election Day 2016, Jeffrey Epstein informed him that within hours of Trump's victory, Trump called Epstein personally to offer him a position in the new administration. Yes, Raymond, vive la France. This butler worked for Epstein for 18 years. You know, older than his victims. And was highly trusted. Will there be any proof found of these allegations? Could we potentially have had a Secretary Epstein? So, I don't normally do this, but I did a reading on this as soon as I heard about it. And I kept the cards over here. I'll read on it again. But what I originally got, I did a set of 5. And then I did a set of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3. All right. And this is what I got. So, is this a thing? Could this have possibly have been a thing? And the cards I got, which says, and you said you didn't want to read on Epstein, and here you are. I know, right? Anyway, card for the reading. Here's the thing. The butler congratulated Epstein, and Epstein said, oh, I turned it down. And while that was the end of the conversation, you can pretty much guess why he turned it down, which was scrutiny. Because you have to be an even dumber form of narcissist to bring that kind of scrutiny on yourself, considering the things you've done. Card for the reading. Worry. Too worried. So where'd it go? Oh, here it is. Hidden. So, could this possibly be true? Entertainment only YouTube. And yes, my poor mug is chipped. I've been using it for a long time. Well, there's a death card. Sitting pretty. So maybe they had a falling out. There's no way that Epstein could have been. Can you imagine him trying to go through a confirmation hearing? Okay. But he was content in his vile, disgusting life. So could this have happened? Center card, Emperor, the new president. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune and the King of Pentacles, because Epstein had money. What a coinky dink. So I asked for some more clarification, just to make sure, at least according to the cards. What I got was, oh yeah, card for the reading. Oh yeah, just trot on over there. Hey, do you want to be in my administration? Are you? Oh, that's right, you are stupid. Okay. And the 3 cards I got about that for, like, is this going to come out? Is this going to go away? Is this... I've got Justice, followed by legislators, lawyers, whole groups, committees, justice, perhaps looking at a certain person's victory. And those are the cards I got. So, yeah, I've pulled out the Sandy Bryan says, an interview I listened to during the first admin, Eppers was telling the interviewer that Kelly and Conway wanted him gone. Do you have any idea where that might have come from? Because if there's any talk that he was still around, yeah. Thank you, Jean. Dave says, watched an Epstein Trump documentary last night. I'm still trying to forget about it. Yeah, I've got some things in the back of my head that will never go away. And I feel my heart breaks into 8 million pieces for the victims. Old sources, yes, we'll be screaming about Epstein as our economy crashes and our democracy fractures. Are you saying that's a bad thing? That's very sweet, Lee. Lee says, I hope everyone's having a great weekend. Yes. So, did Dumpy, did the dumpster fire. Hello, Amy. Old Silver says those nails are wicked. Well, yeah, I mean, that's kind of the point. Scorched. All right, dumpster fire. Will they be able to prove that Epstein, why are all the cards coming straight off the top of the deck? That's usually very straightforward. You know, all they would have to do is subpoena phone records in Congress. I mean, it probably couldn't happen until Democrats take control of one or the other of the houses of Congress. But all you need is phone records. You don't even need to see what was said. Did the dumpster fire phone Epstein? In 2016, even 2017. He said, no, been years and years and years. He's a creep. He's the worst. He's awful. Really? Jody says those nails are very Scorpio. Yes, they are. Danette says, I thought they weren't friends according to Dumpy. Oh, they hadn't been friends for years. Mm-hmm. Card for the reading, secrets. Yeah. Epstein had money. And let's face it, while Epstein appears to be the most egregious, haven't some of the other, has there been anyone else in either of the Trump administrations who, I don't know, was accused of doing some heinous stuff, was arrested for doing heinous stuff, had heinous stuff on their phones? That never happened in either of the Trump administrations. Right. Epstein had money. Trump was calling in every favor for every... We know that. We know Trump was scrambling. He didn't expect to win. Nine of Cups. Chariot. This is my card of evidence. This is a big parade float. This is a big show. So why are the cards consistently... Lois says, why do we need more evidence? They were inseparable. Yeah. Well, I have to be careful what I say on YouTube. Okay. Woodpaw is probably offered as the ambassador to France. Could be anything. If this is true, we don't know what he was offered. Secretary of Health and Human Services. Some kind of law and order. Raymond says 3 things cannot be long hidden: the sun, the moon, and the truth. I'd agree with that for the most part. Not that I am in any position to question the Buddha. That is my opinion. Oh, Sandy, thank you so much. Gifted 10 memberships to random people in the chat. Thank you. Thank you. Squeebles the kitty. Hello, Squeebles. The whole thing will be a mess if it all comes out. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Kristen. Oh, hello, Paula. All right. Hello, Rob. Whew. See, the thing is, you try to make things go away, but that Wheel of Fortune just will bring some things back. Again, that's sitting pretty. The absolute Fool. And very, very shaky ground. Epstein, Trump. Very shaky ground. Okay. So at 1614, what, if anything, will this mean for President Blunderdum, the human dumpster fire and king of the bog of eternal stench? Oh, boy. Yeah, we probably it's big wheel keeps on turning. Sorry if I just put that in your head. Well, then again, you just put it in mine. It's a good thing. Ah, bonjour, Marie-Antoinette. Yeah. See, I don't speak French well enough to know what the equivalent of, deuces. But that Butler was like, deux, au revoir. Just, good luck finding him again. Okay. So how is this going to affect President Blunderdum? Thank you, Democrats right in the middle. Right there. Oh, again, like cockroaches scurrying. Oh, talk about this, talk about that, talk about the other thing. Jazz hands, jangly, shiny things. Do I ever think? Okay, yeah, shiny things. See, look over here, look. Yeah, they're already doing that. Oh, look, it's Blunderdum himself. 8 of Cups, trying to leave something. This is leaving something unfinished, like not turning over all of the records. Secrets, yeah. Democrats, right in the middle, saying no. Hemmed in. Queen of Pentacles. Oh, but. Here, look at this. Look at this thing. See? This is what you should pay attention to. Oh, well, we gave you lots of paper. This is Democrat. This is Democrats right here going, no. We're not walking away from this. Okay. Beekeeper Tarot. Look at me. I'm on the roof. When the White House press corps is yelling up into the sky, what are you doing up there? That's not something you see every day. Okay. All right. Now, if you think, well, that was it. That was everything we have to cover for today. Au contraire. Put this back up. Let me So I don't have any Gregorian chants, but there we go. I don't have any Gregorian chants, but we're going to take a moment. At 2020, Nettie brought this up. It's in the news. Speaker Mikey, the hypocrite, has been credibly accused of using campaign money to pay his rent. Yeah. In what is described as a clear-cut violation of federal campaign finance laws, a newly filed complaints, plural, allege. The use of campaign funds for personal expenses is strictly prohibited under campaign finance law. Johnson is currently residing at the residence of his Republican colleague, Representative Darrell Issa, Republican of California, who said in April, the speaker was a friend and needed a place. The complaint detailed 5 campaign fund disbursements, 5, of $2,500 or $12,500 in total for rent to Green Properties Incorporated, which is owned by Issa. Given that the disbursements made no mention of rent being for office space or other legally permitted expenses, the watchdog alleged that the records indicate Johnson violated FECA by converting campaign funds to personal use. Okay. For those of you who are new around here, perhaps you know, perhaps you forgot. Speaker Mikey is holier than thou. He's holier than you. He's holier than me. He is spoken to by God. Yes, indeed. When he was up for a vote, for the speakership. When asked why his wife wasn't there, he said, "She has spent her week at home on her knees praying. And I was praying that I could be Aaron to Moses, Moses being the speaker. And God said to me, you will not be Aaron, you will be Moses. And I said, oh Lord, I am not worthy." So once in office, once he was all for Trump's cruelty and all the terrible things hurting people because of all of these policies. When asked, how does that work with your supposed extreme Christianity, your deepest of faiths? He said, oh, that is in your personal life. That's not for policy. You believe you got the job because God spoke to you. You believe God spoke to you. But once you're there, no, taking care of the poor, the sick. So, had some thoughts. So let us pray. The only commandment that Speaker Mikey follows is, thou shalt build a campaign. Mike Johnson says his faith guides him mostly to the campaign funds. God made him Moses, but the only parting he's done lately is campaign money from its intended purpose. And Mike Johnson says he's guided by Scripture. Yes, let us open with the Book of Withdrawals. A true exodus from ethics. Yes. But he is more devout than you or I or anybody. He is the most Christian of Christians. As long as it doesn't mean as long as it means he doesn't actually have to do anything other than be cruel and selfish and break laws and yeah. Yes, it was taken from the Book of Delusion, chapter 4. Chapter 4, what is it, 420? 420? No, not that kind of delusion. Wow. All right, so $12,500 in campaign funds. And the thing is, this is not the first time I've heard of this. As soon as I heard about this, the little gray cells, there's something in my memory about, I somehow knew that he was renting from a fellow Republican, and it wasn't for an office. It was to live. So where are you living in DC, Mikey? Where are you living? The man who doesn't have a checking account, doesn't have a bank account, anyone can tell. Doesn't have that. I'm sure that doesn't have anything to do with the practice in the extremist church he's a part of, where they handle your finances. So they can do anything, and it doesn't have to be divulged like it would if you were just a normal speaker of the House. I wish I was making any of this up. I am not. You can Google it. It is from legitimate news sources. So, is Brother Johnson going to, is brother Mikey, is he going to face some consequences? That would be, I believe under the rules, this is illegal, so that would be a form of theft. Yeah. And, then again, I mean, he's only the speaker. I'm sure he doesn't have anybody around him that could have warned him or looked over what he was doing to make sure everything was on the up and up. Nobody. I mean, he's just all alone. Oh, man of family and faith in God. And a quick trip down to the ATM. Yes, Squeebles the kitty. Praise GOP cherry-picked Bible Jesus. White Bible. GOP cherry-picked white Bible Jesus. Yeah, okay. Full chariot. Yeah, you didn't think anybody was going to know. Okay. 4 of Pentacles. What? I don't do anything with money. No, I just hand it over to the church or whomever. Can you imagine not having a bank account as an adult? Not because there are places in the country, there are places in cities, there are places where banking is very much kept away from certain people. It makes me crazy. But no, you're Speaker of the House of Representatives for the United States of America, and you don't have a bank account. Neat trick. Hermit, devil. Maybe this will go away like the Epstein file questions. Is that what you're hoping for? This man's hypocrisy makes me crazy. It makes my brain itch. I'm not even Catholic anymore. But dear great Gussie, I guess I got a pretty good Catholic education because I know you're not supposed to do any of this. And guess what? I run a YouTube channel. I run a couple of YouTube channels. I work every single day of the year. I am not defrauding anybody. I'm not stealing from anybody. I manage all by my lonesome. Okay. Anyway. Joyce says he asked Trump and Trump said it would be okay. Really? Really? Oh, there's Dumpy. Sitting pretty. Get the MAGA lawyers to protect you. And the fish, not only does it rot from the head, it has rotted from the head. Thank you, Old Silver. You contribute to the world in a positive way. I'm trying. I have very little chaos in my life on purpose. I don't lie. I don't cheat. No. Who wants it? Who needs that? Sandy says you had the Catholic, I had the Mennonite. Think Amish city cousins. There we go. Okay. An exodus from ethics. Moving on. 3205. So Trump and Putin sitting in Alaska. Lying. 3225. Trump and Putin have apparently had several calls over the last couple of weeks that lasted for hours. Okay, and here's the thing. We talk like Trump and Putin are like besties. They're really not. They're really not. And when you see them actually together, there's this weird, like, middle school uncomfortableness type that it's very strange. So, plug my phone in. Okay, so they've had these conversations, multiple conversations that lasted for hours, okay? Because each of them takes turns monologuing for about 30, 40 minutes each. I can't even imagine dumpster fire being quiet or sitting still for 30, 40 minutes at a stretch, listening to somebody else monologue. And then it's Trump's turn and he runs his mouth for 30, 40 minutes and then back and Nora says, oh, it sounds like a new song coming soon. Which one? Which one? Which topic? Okay. What the heck? And how is the other putting up with it? And then I'm going to be looking at the meeting in Alaska. Wow. It's weird. Not these egomaniacs listening to somebody else monologue. And I'm guessing Putin does it in Russian, so Trump's waiting for the translation. Oh my gosh, Putin is playing him like a fiddle. Oh my gosh. This is all minor arcana. Each of them have their positions of power with people around them and their own dynasty and destiny. While they're talking, waiting for their ship to come in. That is not the sword of truth. Oh, sorry. Turn that off. Sorry. That is not the sword of truth. Hemmed in. Three of swords. Ouch, ouch, and ouch. Whoops. And then Queen of Wands. Oh, but they're in simpatico about doing damage to Ukraine. That was the main headline. Thank you, CC Ryder. That was the main headline I saw when I first woke up today, which was Zelensky takes Trump's idea, the agreement Trump is pushing for Ukraine to give up territory, and Zelensky told them both to go whistle. And good for him. Yeah, they're in sympathy. They're yeah, but this is Putin is saying nothing of substance. Nothing. Nothing. Zippo. Zilch. You can't trust it. You can't trust either of these people. There's nothing here. Oh, Alfie? Did Alfie walk by? Good Alfie. Brave Sir Alfred of Pumpkin. Sorry, Boo Boo and Pumpkin. Alfie and Bailey. Wow. Yes, Slava Ukraine. Thank you, Joyce. Raymond has a quote from Arbar Gargle. The single star on the Texas flag is actually a review. That was good. That was good. All right, at 37:15, because we have to find humor somewhere. I can live. I've lived in Texas. Okay, it was for like a year, but still, I've lived in Texas. Squeebles says Alfie may also be called Stormageddon, Dark Lord of all for my Doctor Who fans. We love Stormageddon. Mom and not mom. And his name is Susan, and he would like you to respect his pronouns. All right. So the felon is meeting with Putin in Alaska, and Cindy had a question. The felon is meeting with Putie in Alaska. If Putin has compramont on 47, will Dumpy give anything and or everything that Putin wants to keep things on the down low and change the narrative from Epstein? Or yeah, give him back, give him Alaska here. I'm kidding. He can't. He can't give Alaska back to, not on his own. Russia. Anyway, there's a fly. Beth says, wasn't there a TV miniseries years ago when Russia invaded the U.S.? Oh yeah, Red Dawn. There was a movie, and then there was a remake. There might have been a TV show. So, interesting. This Queen of Swords, this is the legislative people, the legal people, and voters who are all clamoring for some answers from Dumpy about a certain person who, according to a French butler, Dumpy wanted to hire to work in his administration. Anyway, they're both cult leaders. They're both on the wrong side of the Wheel of Fortune. 8 of Cups. Yes, leave. This is leaving Ukraine in pieces. It's unfinished. Queen of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles. For money. This is also underhanded. This is underhanded work. This is for the financial thing. If anything, Putin's promising Trump. It's not compramont. I mean, that could be saying, hey, look at this, and then we've got compramont. But it feels more like Putin knows he gets more from Trump via carrots than sticks. And Putin's not saying a single word that matters or means anything. And he plays Donald Trump like a fiddle. Rob says, let's exchange Sarah Palin for Edward Snowden. I am not entirely sure that Edward Snowden is still with us. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because it's been a while, but last I heard, no one had seen him. There was stuff appearing on his social media, but not him. But correct me if I'm wrong. And I'm not saying I want him back. I'm just saying my understanding is I don't know that he's still with us. And considering what happened to that American father who got sent to the front lines and is no longer with us. There's nothing here. There's waiting for the ship to come in. King of Swords, yes, Will. This is so pathetic. This is all minor arcana. The only major arcana here is the Hermit. I don't think there's going to be much that comes of this. Because they're also trying to do stuff without Ukraine being involved. No. Just, no. Chemical Score says, wait, the American father passed? I didn't know that. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. He was told that he could join the military, nudge, nudge, and that he would be given a job, way back from the front. It would be okay, but he would have to buy all of his supplies, and he wasn't going to get paid anything. So he joined up like he had a choice, and he was sent right to the front lines. As I heard, he is no longer with us. That's what I heard. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but okay. At 43:45, I'm not even. I should be upset, but I'm so not surprised that. Deborah says his wife said it was to fast track their citizenship. Oh. Yikes. Okay. Wow. Hog's breath. Pete Hegseth. Hog's breath. The lush. And I'm not making fun of people who have an addiction. I'm making fun of people who have an addiction they're not dealing with, who choose to not deal with it and then get hired to be incredibly high up in the United States government. And who say in their confirmation hearings, and I quote because I saw the video, if I get this job, I'll quit drinking. They still got the job. Okay. Anyway, so Pete Hegseth, Hog's Breath, shared a video of his pastor, the church he goes to. This was on CNN, and the pastor was discussing how women should not be allowed to vote. Doug Wilson, the pastoral head of Hegseth's church, or the church Hegseth goes to, believes that, quote, women are the kind of people that people come out of, unquote. Wilson went on to note that, quote, it doesn't take any talent to simply reproduce biologically, unquote, and that women shouldn't be allowed any leadership roles outside of CEO of the home. And all of this was in a video that Hegseth shared. Tell me that you can't compete with a strong woman, that you can't make it in the world unless you put down half of the population because you are pathetic and weak and a sad little man. Tell me that you've gone into battles of wit with women who found themselves fighting an unarmed man. Sharon Rice, yes. Yes. Exactly, Lewis. Yeah. Doesn't take much talent to be the father part, do the father part. Takes even less, but still, okay. Pathetic. Yes. And there will always be a small number, a number of women who will agree with this because they think it gives them safety. All you need to do is go on social media. If you're thinking about being a trad wife, go on social media and find all the trad wives whose husbands had affairs and dumped them. And left these trad wives with nothing. Nothing. No careers of their own. No. Yeah. Raymond says, Peter Keg's breath. Not all alcoholics are anonymous. Lucky girl. Oh, bless for the swear jar. Yes, thank you so much. It's so good to see you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Sitting pretty. Yeah. And then you also get to be blamed for, you corrupted Adam. Really? Because Adam made that decision all on his own. Oh, you shouldn't dress like that. You'll corrupt the men. Really? They're that stupid? They're that stupid. They are so incapable of controlling themselves. Wow. Really? Because we're capable of controlling ourselves. You're not? That's really pathetic. 6 of Cups, 5 of Swords. Yeah, this traditional nostalgia, adding insult to injury. Yes, give the little people, the little women, some pin money. High Priestess, Page of Pentacles. There are a certain number of women who will go through with this, but the vast majority of women, yeah, this is major arcana, this is minor, which means the energy level difference is about like that. And this is intelligent, educated women, smart women, even if they didn't have maybe the money or the access to education, but who educated themselves and who are wonderful contributors to society. And as opposed to these who are like, you're right, I am just a small little lamb in the background. Make all decisions for me. There aren't that many of those. Hey, thank you, Charles. Thank you so much for the Earl Grey Fund. I need some. After this, I'm really going to need some. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. Whew. What about which says those nails have power in them? TJ says, Charles Bartholomew, put the kettle on. There you go. Yeah. These are my I am really annoyed nails. like Scorpio. Like you've reached down into the ashes. Yeah. To Doug Wilson and Pete Hegseth, get stuffed. Okay. You pathetic worms. Okay. All right. I try to catch things and take them outside, but not flies. One way or the other, dude, you are not long for this world. It makes me crazy. Anyway. All right. 50. Oh, thank you, Sandy. A bigger swear jar. Thank you so much, Sandy. That's good. It really does help. Thank you. Okay. All right, at 51:45, we have to look at this stupid tariff stuff. Oh, really? Okay. Wow. So, in his haste to impose sweeping tariffs on countries the world over, I know this is going to be a shock. The Trump administration are incompetent. I know. Who would have thunk? The Trump administration is now admitting oopsies to making an extremely regrettable blunder after having accidentally doubled tariffs on certain products for Japan. And is now, I love this, vowing to fix it. Not fixing it, vowing to fix it. Oh, I know, Charles. I know. Thank you. I have one. It's orange, bright orange. Anyway, due to the way Trump's executive order implementing the tariffs was written badly, a handful of products saw new tariff rates stacked on top of existing ones instead of being modified, such as beef imports from Japan rose from 26.4% tariffs to 41.4% tariffs, and Japan is not happy. How will this affect things going forward? Lois says, Japan is the largest contributor to U.S. Treasury bonds. Not cool to mess with them. Mm-hmm. I am very, very concerned. I've been very open. I've got some mitochondrial issues, and I take a lot of supplements. That I really got my health back, but it's a lot. It's a lot, and with all of these, they're not all, but there are quite a few of our generics and supplements and stuff that flow through India, which just got hit with a 50% tariff. On the one hand, I'm not completely mad, only because part of the reason it's so high is because they've been buying oil from Russia. Stop. But I am very concerned about not just myself, but everybody I know who, yeah, higher bills. Anyway, sweeping tariffs, huh? You're just giving the last two cards. You're just giving power to Democrats. Well done, genius. J for genius. Okay. Lewis is saying, tell us you know nothing about being a world leader without telling us you know nothing about being a world leader. Yes. Dave says, I'm really glad I stopped eating meat a long time ago. Lynott says drugs from India are supposedly safer, too. Oof. Old Silver says, I've noticed some over-the-counter stuff not available recently. Anyway, yeah, there's chaos. Oopsies, whoopsies. Oh, wait, this is like recovering from, oops. But this is Trump's legacy and handing more power to the Democrats. Okay. Yes, I did have a little vaporizer, a little humidifier. Matter of fact, until I started, and I had to unplug this to get some power. Ta-da! Smoking. Sit. Check out the new humidifier from H2O. It is a small, compact desktop humidifier. You simply spin the top and fill it to the line with water, and then you hit the button once to come on continuously, and once for intermittent. Yeah, once for intermittent humidity. It's nice. Anyway, I was joking. I mean, I can get the link for you if you want, but I was joking. Okay. Samson's wearing the Saturday pink. Saturday is pink or red. I don't wear the red as often, but yeah, Saturday's pink and red. Tomorrow's blue. Monday's orange or brown. Tuesday's purple. It's Wednesday and Thursday switched. So Wednesday is, well, Sarah's on, so it's whatever works with what she's wearing. And then Thursday's green, Friday's black, gray, or white. So, all right. Is it warm or it's just average temperature. It's not heated. Okay. Teacher says I didn't know it was color coded. I don't always stick to it. Sometimes things fall apart, but that's the plan. Thank you, Charles. Yeah, like I said, when you do this every single day for years on end, you've got it. It helps if you don't wear the same colors in a row. And to some extent, it was sort of set up with, like warm colors, warm color, cool color, warm color, cool color. That helps so that people can recognize that there's new content. That's why I do it. Anyway, yeah. Thank you, Carol. DL says glitter and sparkles next. I do love a good sparkle. At 59 minutes in, anything we should know? Please tell us now. Is there something we should know? Sorry, that was very sad. Chris Cole says the layout normally is coordinated with the clothing too. Oh yeah, I start with that. And then I have a bunch of these, they get old, but enough to replace them now and then. But these Land's End pullovers, they last longer than the Amazon ones. But these in different colors, and I figure out which one matches the best. Anyway. Is there anything we should know? Hello, Seattle roller derby fan. Been a minute. Thank you, Giovanna. We are in the right. There's justice, and there's the Knight of Cups. This is us fighting for justice, for decency. And on the far right, this is feeling very beaten up. They're not doing as well as they're making out that they say they're doing. Yeah. It's in, and we're in the right, and you're in the decency, and you're in the being kind to others and helping and caring for those less fortunate. So yeah, so don't let them thank you, Lois. Don't let them snow you, to put it that way, into thinking that Trump, he gets away with everything and nothing bad ever happens to them. Oh, no, my friend, you are in the right, and that matters. That very, very much matters. So, TikTok. Thank you, Tishy. You always look very nice while also looking comfortable. Thank you for making the news more bearable. Oh, that makes me feel good. Thank you. Thank you. Amy says, I have a hard time watching presenters wearing stripes. I appreciate your solid colors. Oh, thank you. Yeah, usually the art's so busy that you need some, there needs to be some quiet visuals somewhere. What was I going to say? Oh, I do have a black and white striped shirt, though. I wear every once in a while, usually in reference to dumpster fire, and instead of it traditionally being the attire of the French Navy. Also, black and white stripes were traditionally the clothing of people in prison, which is so when we've really got Dumpy being the dumpster fire that he is. So every once in a while, pull out the black and white stripes. But anyway, all right. Julie says, you never seem to have any cat hair on you either. Oh, bless you. Thank you. That's very sweet. Ta-da! Chom, 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 chom. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Hang in there. Seriously. You're not alone. We're in this together. There are good days ahead. And this community is always here for you. We're literally every weekday, weekend, holiday, your birthday, my birthday, I am here, and I have been for over 5.5 years, other than 2 emergencies, and other people still showed up. So you've always got this community here. All right. News with friends. So it's 1:09 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel. And other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow. All right. So hang in there. Thank you. All right. And we'll talk later. All right.